Hi everyone. Today we are discussing the novel Blindness by José Saramago. He was a writer who was born on November 16, 1922, and he was a winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1998. He was widely known for his political satire and unconventional writing style. He was also a self-confessed pessimist. This is a quotation from the novel Blindness. Do not think we did go blind. I think we are blind. Blind but seeing. Blind people who can see but do not see. This quotation will be discussing later in this video. So we move on to the novel Blindness. The novel includes the themes of existence, uncertainty, and autonomy, good, a will and moral conscience, biological needs and human society, human nature, gender relations, blindness, memory and history, nature of the soul, and also disease. Today we are focusing on the theme of memory and history in the novel. A central question through blindness is, what will become of the human race? Is it possible to speak of humanity if there is no memory or no history? So, one of the central ways in which this issue come up is with regards to the writer who lives in the house of the first blind man. He tells the doctor's wife that he has been writing even if no one can read it. We led to believe that he is doing this not only to communicate who he is to others, but also to make sure that he does not forget who he is. This is why he tells the doctor's wife not to lose herself. He does not want her to forget who she is. And when the first blind man asks him his name, he says that it does not matter, since no one will ever read anything he wrote. He may as well not exist. This also brings up the question of the future. Is it possible to have a future without a past? Would anyone do anything if they did not think that anyone would remember it? So we can see the immediate effect that this has on morality in the current time. People begin by violating relatively low-level social norms such as defecating on the ground until they are violating high-level norms such as rape prohibition and murder. It would be doubtful that these things would be perpetrated if there was someone who saw and who remembered. In the case of the man with the gun in the quarantine, it turns out that someone was watching and he pays the price for his transgression. Some of the inmates finally escape when a fire breaks out, stumbling into a world which has also gone blind. And at the end of the novel, people begin to get their eyesight back slowly. And the doctor's wife says that, "Do you want me to tell you what I think?" And says that, "I don't think we did go blind. I think we are blind, blind but seeing, blind people who can see but do not see." And when we look into the novel begins at a traffic signal in an unnamed city. As the green light comes on, a car is unable to move. And the driver tries to explain what is holding him up. He says that I'm blind. So we can't find anything wrong with his eyes. Through the car window, people ask what he can see. He replies that nothing. It's as if I were caught in a mist or had fallen into a milky sea. So some people are saying that blindness is black. But he says that, well, I see everything white. And the ophthalmologist he consults also get afflicted before he can read up on the strange white blindness. Soon it becomes a contagion, providing an eerie resonance to the horror sweeping the world today in the form of a virus and other horrors, past and present, like war, hunger, and deprivation. The doctor waits anxiously for the light of the day, knowing very well that he will not see it. But he feels it is his duty to inform the health authorities and warn them of the possibility of this highly contagious blindness becoming a national catastrophe. When he tries to reach out someone in the health ministry, his call is rudely cut off and prompting him to mutter, "This is stuff we are made of," half indifference and half malice. The health ministry works feverishly to thwart the social implication and political consequences. They round up the doctor and all the people who have gone blind and put them in an indefinite quarantine in a mental hospital. The doctor's wife has not yet turned blind, but she pretends to have lost her eyesight just to be with her husband. Slowly, the asylum fill up with people who crying and others trying to console. Soon there is a dearth of everything, from food and water to discipline and order. Those who have power, especially the blind thugs, terrorize the powerless. People are forced to go hungry. Several get killed. Women are raped. And chaos reigns, giving us a glimpse of how a crisis can break down both the individual and society. And some of the inmates finally escape when a fire breaks out, stumbling into a world which has also gone blind. Then they say that we are going back to being primitive hordes, with the difference that we are not few thousand men and women in an immense unspoiled nature, but thousands of millions in an uprooted, exhausted world. At the end of the novel, people begin to get their eyesight back slowly. And doctor's wife, who has held their hand throughout and says, "Do you want me to tell you what I think?" And says that, "I don't think we did go blind. I think we are blind, blind but seeing, blind people who can see but do not see." So this is all about this novel. Thank you.